Ito na po ang awardee ng UP Gawad Paridel para sa independent film upang magbigay ng kanyang mensahe.
When I saw these images, yung mga pinagsamaan ng mga, yung first one, gawa ng anak ko, si Kidlat Tahimik, alumnus rin ng Mascom, and then yung ginawa ng mga film team na who went through the rigors of climbing up to my mountain top. Alam mo, to get to me, if anybody wants to get to me, I don't have a cell phone by choice. Pero you have to get to, magbubus ka ng 8 to 9 hours mula Manila hanggang dito, di ba? And plus 2 hours by jeep hanggang sa Hapaw. And then finally you have another 1.5 hours walk down to the river, then up sa abong ko. So, you got to be determined. And kung talagang makarating kayo doon, I will offer you a nice glass of tapoy with the best rice in the world, di ba? My whole tribe who has adopted me here from Patpat are here. Itong mga kaibigan ko. Can we give them a hand? Tindig man kayo, tindig kayo. Sige na. Yeah, tindig kayo, tindig kayo. Sige na, yun. Ito yung mga kapatid ko na inaalaga na ako. They're teaching me. I was just teaching them how to push buttons, to use the video camera para madokumento nilang kultura nila. But I'm learning much more. Marami akong natutuhanan sa kanila. Besides being able to climb the rice terraces, besides knowing about yung ancient watershed systems nila called Pinugo, which is the secret to why 3,000 years nang nag-exist ng rice terraces. And for the last mga 12 years, pabalik-balik ko doon. Sa Baguio, I've been active in many levels of community involvement. And guys, sinabi sa AVP, with artists, with filmmakers, with Cordillera people. And I think this 12 years that I've been going to Ifugao, I'm ready to leave Baguio. Ma? My mother is here, my 92-year-old mother. Ma, stand up naman. Sige na, ma. Ma, show them that 92. My mother's a UP graduate rin. She was the first woman mayor in the Philippines, mayor of Baguio. Nung nasa Baguio siya, she was president of the Porsche Society, the Women's Club. She was a tennis champion. Sorry, I'm proud of her, my mother. She was the great debater, and she had the distinction of being the only person who defeated Ferdinand Marcos in debate. And Ferdinand Marcos actually acknowledged that in my last year as a speech and drama major, I was elected. I was an accidental president of the UP Student Council. At the time, it was called the Student Union. And our guest speaker then was Senate President Marcos. And when he heard my name, he said, "How are you related to Virginia Oteiza?" And I told him, "You know, man, she's the only one who defeated me in debate." Okay, I'm not really a lecturer, and I'm trying to use my little laptop kasi kanina lang, yesterday, I started putting down some things. Yung sinabi ng invitation sa Plaridel Award is that my task is to give a lecture on the state of Philippine independent film industry. Philippine independent film industry. Wow, you've gone a long way. Sige, let's see where that is. There an industry? Anyway, okay. Parang academic task yun, and I'm not sure. I have many opsits and loxits to cite. I think most of the students here don't know that dinosaur term, no? Opusite and locusite, if I remember my Latin right. I think rather than cite the 1,000 reasons why, which maybe a lot of people like to hear, why the film industry is dying and why independent cinema, and next week yung Cinemalaya is going to be opening, the 5th version. I think marami nang nakakalam doon. Maybe I will use this occasion to put a carpet of my ideas from working on the sidelines of the industry, but also working hand in hand, kasama ko yung mga young, budding talents, not only in film, but in painting, in theater. Kasi meron akong na-spot na proseso na I think deserves attention, and whether you agree with me or not, whether you think my speech is academically scientific enough, I think that's not my task. Maybe the fact na I have stayed out of the scientific box office filmmaking industry allows me to report from ground level, no? What I saw outside the film industry, and maybe pwede kong i-relate ito sa aking pagiging active member of the independent cinema movement, no? And as the AVP said, whether I'm a father or grandfather of independent filmmaking, I think I'd rather be remembered for maybe some things I've spotted. Okay. Madalas niyong narinig doon sa AVP yung term na sariling duwende. No? Does it sound like a mysterious word na manggagaling sa Harry Potter film or something like that? No, it's really a very simple concept. And I think I know how I came about to it, and I'll just start with following meron akong konting idiot box prompter dito. Let's start with my best friend, my mentor, whom you saw there in that AVP from Hapao. Lopez na Uyak is about 70 years old. Well, he's a few years older than me, pero I've been able to learn a lot from him. But I think his greatest lesson to me was not a PowerPoint lecture. It was a cosmic mispronunciation. Ang sabi niya, we indigenous people have been taken for granted. Our indigenous culture is looked down upon. Wow! What a nakakabukang mata na mispronunciation. Indigenous. He combined the word genius and indigenous into one word. No? Indigenous. a constant reminder that yung mga katutubo natin, meron silang genius na has stayed on. In spite of, maski na nag-jeans sila, maski na sumasayaw sila ng to the latest beat of Michael Jackson, maski na they drive around in cars, meron silang malalim na signs of indie genius. Maybe I sound like a romantic, pero that indie genius, nung nagtuturo ako sa Mascom sa UP, I further created a mispronunciation. I told my students, okay, when you make your films, hanapin natin yung endogenous strengths natin. So, na-mispronounce na ni Lopez na uyak, and here to ko, medyo, as a teacher, I thought maybe I could twist it further. Endogenous. Bakit? Dahil lahat tayo, we are from a colonized culture. Let's admit it, lahat tayo naging Indio, even if we were not in the time of Rizal and other Indios. Pero na-Indionized na ang ating kultura. And if we accept that, maybe we can also understand better. Can we combine itong mixture of East and West natin? As long as hindi masyadong dominant, hindi nagtatabon, hindi linalahar yung kultura natin with our current American Idol super orientation. Nako, marami yata akong nasaktan dito sa audience. Look, there's nothing wrong with enjoying an American Idol show, pero kung medyo ang kasabay nun is lahat ng ating kalaman ng ating mga katutubo, or even not people like in the mountains, but the simple Tagalogs, or ito yung mga nasa kultura natin dito. If somehow yung fascination natin with that other culture allows us to sweep under the rug, tatago natin dyan sa tabi-tabi, tayong magiging loser, no? Tayong magiging loser. And over the years, I've been meeting people na, as Nick Docampo said in his thing, by living their lives that way, have become warriors in the field of cultural resistance, no? Dito tayo sa University of the Philippines, we're always used to resistance, as makibaka, clench fist, fight against. I'm really talking about yung cultural resistance who are living their lives because they are for, without consciously thinking. Basta yun ang ginagawa nila kasi sa kaloob-looban nila, alam nila na this works. We don't have to copy everything that the Thomasites, the missionaries, and those who follow them. We don't have to follow their constant brainwashing of us towards the American Idol, or what in my film I said, living in our cocoon of American dreams. This has nothing to do with being anti-American. My mother always nasabi ng mother ko, bakit anti-American yung pelikula mo? I said, no, ma, it's not necessarily anti-American. I'm just talking about yung nangyari. Ito yung nangyari. Ito yung nangyari sa kultura natin. Kailangan maintindihan natin yon. So this process, I'd like to start today by introducing you to some people I've met over the years. I have some visuals from clips that I made. And if we're ready, okay, itong ang tinatawag ko mga Jedi warriors. Okay? Siguro marami sa inyong ang nakakalam sa Star Wars, di ba? Jedi warriors, the return of the Jedi.